All right, we're glad to have you back. Last leg of the show this morning. The battle for the chairmanship seat of the ruling All Progressives Congress is the latest threat to the unity of the party, even as the APC prepares to hold its first national convention since clinching power in 2015.
Yeah, the party structure in the South-South, where the chairmanship position has been zoned, is coming apart as leaders in the region are torn apart between the two main contenders, currently APC National Chairman John Odighe-Oyegun and former Edo State Governor Adams Oshiomhole. While Odighe-Oyegun seeks to retain his position, Oshiomhole, who is believed to enjoy the support of APC national leader Bola Tinubu and President Muhammadu Buhari, want to mend broken relationships in APC and lead the party to victory of the 6 state APC chairmen in the South-South to have been thrown their weight behind Oshiomhole, while the other 4 seem to favor Oyegun.
All right, well, the All Progressives Congress might just be heading for its convention with a problem that might snowball into a big crisis. Now, how can that be averted? We'll try to find out from our guest this morning. He's an APC stalwart, Babatunde Bank-Anthony. Good morning, and it's good to see you.
Good morning. Thank you very much. Good morning.
Okay, so with the national leader of the APC, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, supporting the emergence of Oshiomhole and, of course, President Buhari for the chairmanship of the APC, is it a done deal?
Well, I mean, that's his own preference. The preference of the leader of the party and the president of the country as well happens to be another leader of the party. And if they have a preference for a new person to take charge of the party, that is their preference. And we would say it's a done deal, but it's almost there, because that's a signal that is where the party is heading towards. And I don't think the current chairman now has sick that he wants to come back to be chairman again. You understand me? So we just watch the game as it goes. But the signal is very clear that there is no press conference to that effect from the president or from the leader. But it's like the body language is saying we want a new chairman who can direct the party because of the broken courts that has been happening in the party.
Well, in a situation where our political directions seem to work or hinge so much on body languages, the body language of the president, the body language of the party chairman, body languages, and sometimes it gives you an idea of really what is going on. We remember when the National Working Committee, or the National Executive Committee, decided to elongate the tenure of the chairman. He didn't object to it. He looked forward to it. He made speeches here and there which suggest that he wanted it.
You mean the chairman?
Oyegun himself. Yeah. And right now, the president, who is seen to be the leader of the party, who is actually the leader of the party, makes a preference. How healthy is that? Because we know that Oyegun has supporters. He has his own base.
In politics, everybody has supporters.
Yes.
We all have supporters, no matter how minute your supporters are. But the
can the APC afford any kind of
let me be realistic with you clearly. The president, at that point in time, you guys know a little bit of everything. You're a journalist. The president's intervention was right. Allegation we made all elected members of APC are illegal according to law. And everybody sees that and we realize that, and we come back to our senses. That's very, very simple on that. The issue of Oyegun, if he should leave the chairmanship of the party, I don't think he will leave the party. At the end of the, and don't forget that South-South is a strategic thing for APC to have our chairman from that zone. What is our strength there at the last election? What did we score there at the last election? That is the strongest hold of PDP. PDP belongs to the South-South today. That's our strongest hold. What did we achieve there? And we tend to repeat the same thing to have another South-South person who can drum support for us. And this guy happens to be the former governor of Edo State. It's our only state in the South-South.
So it's being strategic.
We are being strategic about it. I'm telling you, with no disrespect to Chief Oyegun. It's a very strategic thing. Do we want support from South-South? Of course we do. Who can do it? Of course we believe Oshomole can do it better.
Okay, so the question now would be, what exactly is Oshomole bringing to the table, or what can he bring to the table that Oyegun has not succeeded in doing? Did Oyegun have it coming? I mean, does he deserve what he's getting right now?
What is he getting? He's the chairman of the party. And you see, the beauty of democracy is that what I say to people, they understand me, until you let party officials face elections, they will appreciate the position more. I remember in the Second Republic, when Uba Ahmed left the Senate to become MPN secretary, who will do that now? Who will do that now? He left the Senate chambers and went and contest for the secretary of the MPN and defeated Suleiman Takuma. That is how powerful, how strong party should be. It should not be a matter of endorsement at the end of the day. So when you are a chairman of the party and you go around and you see how acceptable you are, and if we say now that if Oyegun and Oshomole should contest first in Edo State,
who will carry the day?
Who will win?
So are you saying that the APC is now evolving to becoming a more democratic party?
You see, when you guys use that terms, you understand me, you saw our primaries at the last election. That was democracy at play. You saw it yourself. You saw Buhari, you saw Atiku, you saw everybody was there. It was an open primaries. People voted. I keep telling people, I mean, when you say we should be more democratic, how democratic do you want, can we be?
But you have not had a national convention in
we are planning to.
Yes.
We are having one now.
Yes.
We are having one now in the next few weeks. Do you understand? In the next few weeks now. So the point is that, you see, the point is that when you say how democratic or we are becoming we are Democrats. In no respect. I'm telling you. So even if you look down, Lagos Congress is coming up next week. There'll be congresses. The leader has spoken in Lagos a few days ago about what should be the new look. We have people in office, different offices, for the past 10 years as party officials.
8 years and what have you.
So let people come up. I go to Congress. I want to be a delegate. I want to vote to be a delegate for the Congress. So we have new party officers. It could still remain in the same zone as we are doing at the national level now. That we are insisting the chairman of the party must come from South-South for strategic reasons. Because we want to give PDP a battle in that zone.
All right. Now, the congresses from the council to the local government to the state, and then the national convention. Now, Ramadan is coming, and they're saying, okay, we can do the other ones, and maybe either bring back or hold the national convention, or move it after the Ramadan. All that is there. But now, the game plan now we hear is that some persons within the party still want there to be an issue of consensus for the executive committee that are on right now.
It's not possible. You could say some people want it. I mean, you may want it. I'm facing you. You are backing somebody else. But the issue of democracy is that, you understand, if you want to come back, if the chairmanship of the party is now open, so who are the executive again? If the chairmanship of the party is open to people to contest, to aspire to, then who are the people who wants to tell me, oh, they want to come back on being endorsement?
When delegates one way or the other are influenced to agree by consensus to adopt the incumbent executive committee, what happens in that
Don't forget that we had the convention. We had the convention, and this same office was zoned to South-South as chairman. Other offices were zoned as well accordingly, right? And it was on that ground. Then, this was the first executive of the party at that time, right? People, there was posters, there was things everywhere, and people that matters. You rather let them tell you, oh, you are stepping down. than being defeated in a manner that will reduce you to nothing. That
So is Oyegun going to step down? Because there are reports that he may step down and not even bother to vote.
He's not stepping down. He has served as a chairman.
Okay.
So if he doesn't contest now, he's not stepping down.
Right.
He has done his own
but
tenure.
he picked this 68-member convention committee.
Yeah.
That seems to reflect people who are necessarily on his side, on his team, or you know, if you catch my drift.
Understand.
What's going to happen? How are they going to deliver on this convention that you're expecting in May?
You see, the point is that, I mean, people have different interpretation, right? There is this convention coming up now. There is no way they are going executive will not have an influence in it, but it is restricted to organize. The last one, if I can remember, Fahmy was the chairman of the last presidential primaries we had at that time, right? But the point is that let's get this thing right. Let's put everything in place together. That is the whole idea for them to do. Understand me? And if there are no objections to what he has brought up with, there's no problem. The field is open.
Okay, so how do you patch the APC? BC Akonde believes that Oyegun actually wrecked the APC. I mean, if the APC, as it is now, is a wrecked party, how do you begin to mend? You see, where will the mending start from? Would it be at the convention, or has...
You know, the choice of words of people are different. You understand me? And
when you say wreck, that's a very strong
I
word.
understand, of course. And you see, BC Akonde is coming from... I was the first maiden chairman of this organization when it started, and we were able to manage it, even if at that time I was there on understanding, right? And when the time comes that, you know, I mean, we have to move forward, you have to step aside, there was no problem. I left it easily. And of course, anybody would love to be the chairman of a ruling party anywhere you think about politics. And what he has seen, right, is he has been dismayed about the operation of the chairman and his emergency, or as the chairman, his emergency as chairman of the party is not. He gave his support to Oyegun as well for him to become the chairman of the party. Then he has been disappointed in some of the things the chairman has been doing with regards the party operations.
Like what?
I mean, you could remember the issue of Kogi State, the issue of Ondo State. I mean, the
emergence of Yahya Bello.
So there are so many other issues that even there's a time I remember which the area does, that actually you wrote a letter, open letter to him, that, I mean, these people, I know these people, they are very close. Asiwaju and Oyegun were very close. We were very, very close in our days in London, in Nadeko days, very, very close. They were in the struggle together. So the belief, the support he gave to him wholeheartedly to become the chairman was total. Because at the point in time, if I can remember then, the governors then wanted Timbre Silva or Bayelsa. But he was able to convince them that Oyegun was more experienced, a former permanent secretary, a former governor, a dogged Democrat, were in SL together, and he sold his credentials to people, and they accepted.
All right. Yeah. Now, let's talk about the issue of crisis and acrimony within state chapters. So many state chapters have issues. You go to Kogi, it's very obvious. You go to Kaduna, it's very obvious. Ondo is very obvious. Sokoto is there, although Sokoto has had some level of reconciliation. You go to Kano, it's very... Now, going to a convention with all of these factions, and in fact, in Kaduna, it's an obvious faction there, and so on. If you go to Imo State, it also has its issues. What kind of convention really are we expecting?
With such bad luck.
Politics without conflict is not interesting. And you guys seems to know a bit of everything, right? I'm from Lagos. I'm from Lagos, and thank God we have national leaders from Lagos. So our issues are not as bad. We must have issues in politics. Something to discuss in politics. That is why even in the House of Assembly, there are oppositions there who are there. Even out of nothing, something must be said. No matter how good you are, no matter how brilliant you are, there must be something to be thrown at you that you are not getting it right. That is the reality of politics, because it's about power. It's a power game. It's not a la carte. You have to go and get it.
Okay.
So if you look at Kanu, you understand the governor there is fighting his former governor.
Yes,
he
can't even visit Kanu.
If you look at Kaduna State, you understand, but it's at the bottom line. What is the bottom line? Everybody wants to be in charge. That is the bottom line. So it's not a personal thing. It's everybody wants to be in charge.
Are you saying it's just politics and not national interest that's playing out?
No. Let me tell you something.
Okay, we'll have to leave it there because we've actually been warned not to ask anymore, not to go further than this. Thank you so much, Babatunde Bank Anthony, APC Stalwart.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.